Hey there, folks, and welcome back to Space Haven. Last episode, we actually had a very successful time raiding a pirate ship. We got a prisoner. He's sitting over there, and this is the pirate ship that we managed to successfully destroy. And we already took some of the weapons and stuff from it, and some of the supplies as well. And speaking of weapons, we should be able to have more than just our pistols well, actually, the weapons are still on board, but we should be able to have more than pistols, which is going to be absolutely fantastic. And right now, our prisoner is basically in his absolutely terrible prison cell, so what we're going to do is expand the front of the ship, and in doing so, we're going to give him a bigger prison. Because eventually we're going to have more than just one prisoner, and we want them to be comfortable, because the more comfortable they are, the sooner they get recruited. And he seems to be going back and forth between the medical bed and his prison, because I have the medical bed as being allowed for prisoners. So let's sketch out what we're going to do. I think I'm going to increase the size of this. And just expand the ship outwards just a little bit. Having this extra room here should be enough to... we'll also expand it out this way. This will be enough to get a decent-sized prison. The prison will probably go out to about here. And that'll be everything that they will need. Alright, I'm going to activate the sketch. Oop. And right now our ship is relatively long, but not very wide. This is the maximum extent that our ship can be built, right here. So we're about as long as we can go. Well, we can go a little bit longer, but we're going to have to expand our width if we want any more room. And I did notice we are actually running relatively low on soft blocks, so I'm going to go to our assembler over here. And we don't have anything for soft blocks, so if less than 10, make soft blocks. And we have soft scrap being refined into soft blocks as well, but we haven't actually been breaking down soft blocks, so we'll have to do that. And we'll expand this, and we'll turn also that. We will move this over. Where shall we move it? Let's see, that is 1, 2, 3. Okay. Actually, no, we are going to move this over here. We're going to move this over here. Well, as soon as they decide to move the toilet. Uh-oh. Someone forgot to power the ship again. We have the power rods. Let's set the... yeah. Assign to Katniss. Come on, someone put a power rod in the ship. It's getting cold. There we go. We should set our custom priority to maximum so that they always keep the ship filled. And looks like our prisoner is starving, so we really need to build something so that he can eat. We'll put a kitchen in here. Oop. And we're going to make this a high construction priority and make this... well, we can't really make that any higher. But he is currently starving, and we don't want that to happen. Well, it looks like they're coming back. Alright, they're working on this. It's relatively cold in here, so we're probably going to want to put a heater. This would probably be a good spot for a heater in there. It is warming back up, though, slowly but surely. And the rest of the ship is coming along nicely. We will wall off this area, as it does not need to be that big. This is going to be a big enough hospital. In fact, it's honestly a little bit too big. And we're running low on water. So we might have to jump to the system with the ice. Now that the pirate's taken care of, that won't be that big of a problem. We'll mine the ice and then we'll come back here because the pirate ship has lots of goodies. Alright. Let's see. Do we have any water? We have 0 water left, so I am going to set our hyper jump to be prepared. Is there anyone on board? Okay, good. Everybody should be sleeping right now anyways. Looks like they have salvaged a decent amount, but the power generator is still running. And I'm guessing he isn't going to join us. You can see he has a chance to convert to us is 0.04%, not very good. And his chance to rebel is much higher, and that's because he's not very comfortable in here, but we will make it more comfortable eventually. In fact, I'm going to edit his area, permissions, set prisoner area, and turn that all into a prisoner area, so he has a little bit more room. Alright, we should be able to jump now. We're going to jump to the ice, mine the ice, and then jump back to the pirate ship and finish breaking that down. And as always, we'll want to be as close to the resources as possible to minimize the amount of time that it takes. Not much ice, but it will have to do. And I hope someone will get to this eventually. Well, while we're waiting on this, we can finish making the prison cell. Put a light there. We're going to want to wall off this. We can put a power node in right here. For life support, we'll put in a thermal regulator. This, I would really like to move it, but unfortunately, let's dismantle that. Oh, are they finally getting to it? Nope, they're getting to the power node. For some reason, they really don't want to build or move that, so I'm going to do that again. Well, that looks like that's not a good spot for it. I'm going to move that over here. And the goal is to make this prison nice and comfortable. The more comfortable it is, the higher chance we have of recruitment. And I'd also like to have a little bit more room so we can fit maybe a table in here, a jukebox, and whatnot to make them even more comfortable. And I think we'll probably not have more than maybe 4 prisoners in at any given time. We probably don't want more than 2 just because they're a drain on resources. So even if we have the chance to get more than 2 at any given time, we'll probably end up quelling some of them. Alright, now that that has been moved, let's move this Alright. Let's make that a high construction priority. Alright, I don't know why they didn't do it before, but I'm sure some of you in the comments will tell me. Alright, let's link this to there. We can move this now. That ought to be fine. We'll put in a door. Another wall. And a light. And let's look at what kind of facilities we can give them to make them a little more comfortable. Not much by the looks of it, because we'd like to put a table and chair there. I actually might be able to put maybe a jukebox over here, because he doesn't need to access the bed from both sides. So I'm going to put that there. That should make it a little more comfortable. In fact, let's take a look at the comfort rating right now. Well, it's actually a comfort of 11, which is not too bad. And something's on fire. Yeah, someone's setting their own kitchen on fire, but it's put out already. All right, let's take a look and see how the... Oh, wait. This is... Looks like we finished mining the ice, which means we can prepare for hyper jump once again. And we have water again. Hooray. And people are going to go to bed instead. I'm just curious, what are your stats? So you are not very brave, you have lots of zest, you're somewhat intelligent and not very perceptive. Decent pilot, can't do medical, can't do shielding, very good at weapons. So you're going to be good as as one of our team members for boarding ships and the like. If we have a shotgun, we'll have to give it to you. So long as you get recruited, that is. Accuracy is 50%, not the greatest. Working speed is pretty fast. That's good. He's a good learner as well. And, well, he tends to surrender a little bit. Oh, well. It's probably no worse than Katniss is. Alright, we are ready to jump. Let's head back here and we can finish breaking down the ship. And we'll park right next to it this time. Alright. Let's see, do we still have... Yep, looks like we still have everything set for transferring over. We even have some water on there. We'll actually want the soft scrap and infra scrap. We're going to take this down to the very bare bones. And while they're doing that, we can rearrange our ship. Put the consoles there. If I do this, then it's going to block off a tile, I believe. Actually, no, it won't. And we're going to want to move the rest of these. Otherwise, it's not going to give us correct locations that we can move stuff to. And you know what? I might just... No, we'll move this light in here. And we will move this a little bit further back. I might just make one more medical table and then cut this room off. Are you gonna sleep at all, or... Well, that's your thing. If you don't want to sleep, you don't have to. Looks like everybody is going to... Yeah, they're just going to be doing all the work over here. There's a lot of work to be done, though. I'd like to get this done, so I'm going to make this a high construction priority. One of the future plans that I would like to do is to turn this into a hallway, move the water purifier into our industrial area, and just turn this into a hallway so that when our crew members transfer from being in the comfortable area to the ships, they don't have to go through as long of a distance. Also, if they need to go to the hydroponics area, they don't have to go into an uncomfortable area, which does affect their mood in a negative way. All right. Ooh, this is coming along very nicely. See, most of the stuff has been transferred, which means that I'm sure the guns have been transferred as well. So, is this where the guns are? Yes, that's where the guns are. We have 3 shotguns over there. Next time we encounter some sort of opportunity to use guns, we're going to pick up the shotguns. I don't think I've seen this guy sleep yet. Well, he's comfortable, so hooray for that. It can take a while to recruit pirates, but his chance to convert has gone up to 3.9%, which is a far cry from the point-something percent that it was before. Oops. Alright, there we go. Now we're finally moving stuff. And what shall we do? I think we're going to break down this wall here. This one too. That way we have a better idea of where we can put our other console. And we could still fit a scanning console if we want to put a scanner, but I don't usually run with scanners because I find having the extra resource nodes for putting to, say, another gun is a better use of the points. Just because we tend to play a little bit more offensively, not defensively. Alright, that will do. And we can also make one more medical bed, which means this is in the way. I'm going to move the wall light. You know what? We'll just disassemble that wall light. And then we'll put another medical bed here. We'll make the door or the wall here. In fact, we actually might add a couple more medical beds, but we'll make the wall here rather than way out there. And then we can use this for possibly more hydroponics in the future, or maybe expanding our crew quarters. But as it stands right now, it's just a little bit too big. Alright, how's this ship looking? Well, looks like they're sending some people over and gathering up some things that they have put in the airlock. We're starting to run out of water again. Which, by the way, there is an upcoming update which is going to address the shortages of water that people tend to have. You are going to be able to gather water from extracting moisture from the air, which is actually kind of awesome because in real life people perspire water vapor, and so do plants actually. And they will actually take that into account. So your grow rooms and your plants will create water vapor, as well as your crew members from exhaling. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, 2/3 of what people exhale is water vapor, and only 1/3 is carbon dioxide. So, just a little tidbit of information there. And there's actually going to be like a water vapor map, so that you can know where to put your little water condensers so that you can condense water out of the air. So that's actually going to be a cool little thing that they're going to be adding, and I'm going to look forward to that greatly. I believe that's going to be in their next update, and by the time that this video is released, it might actually be in the game already, so that would be pretty cool. You know what? I don't think that guy's sleeping. Oh, did we just recruit that guy? Or no, he is sleeping. Never mind. My mistake. So that guy is sleeping. Alright. So our consoles are powered. Wall light, dismantle. We will find a different place to put the wall light. How you doing there, buddy? 5.3, 5.4. Looks like he's getting happier and happier, which is good news for us. Once we get down to 0 water, I'm going to book it from this area. We are getting most of the scrap. For some reason, we aren't breaking that down, but it is on the list. It says there's nothing else left to be scrapped. I'm calling shenanigans on that, but we do have some water we can take from the ship yet, so I'm gonna stick around until we do that. Alright, the light has been removed. And the reason I removed the light is so we can build a wall there. I guess actually what we really should do is put a hypersleep chamber in, or a hypersleep room in here for all our hypersleep chambers, which we will inevitably have. We'll have a couple. You don't actually need hypersleep chambers. When you jump from star system to star system, hey, we recruited our prisoner. When you jump from star system to star system, you don't need the hypersleep chamber. What it does is it prevents the chance for your crew members to get nausea and get sick, basically, which can be a good thing later in the game, because later in the game you can jump into a dangerous situation with pirates, and you don't want your crew members puking their guts out. Actually, I think I did create this just a smidge too close. Yeah, I made that one too close. You know what, I'm gonna keep, well, actually, you know what, I can dismantle that. I can use that one spot for a power node or something. There we go. And you, well, dismantle that. Alright. You know what, I'm going to prepare a hyperspace jump. There's not really too much left on that ship that we need. And everybody is on board right now. And I just realized we have 5 crew members and 4 sleeping spots, so we will want to expand that as soon as we are ready. There's nothing there, but there's some ice here, which is absolutely fantastic. And it looks like to get to this node, we're going to have to jump back, but that's fine. We've got the hyperfuel. And we've got the time. Alright, let's put our ship there, in between everything, really close to the ice. The first thing that we're going to do is get the ice and the raw chemicals. We will take a look at the derelict in a little bit. It doesn't look like there's going to be much on the derelict, but we will equip our new weapons, and hopefully we'll be a little bit more potent when it comes to killing bugs. Can actually put a nice light in there in the corner. Put a light there. And then we'll turn this into... Well, actually, no. We need to expand our crew quarters. In fact, we might be able to give them all beds if we expand it enough, and I think I might do that. And, this is going to be an odd area, but we'll keep it as is. And yes, I am dismantling that wall because if you build a wall around it, right now the game is still in beta, and because of that, it's going to have a wall at an odd angle. I'm just going to have to rebuild it, which is no big deal. Oh, poor Jasmine. Are you sleeping? Yeah, you're sleeping on the floor. You're going to be upset. But we're going to take care of that. And because we've been building all this, we'll have to change the room styles once we have a chance. I'm just going to plan this out so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We could technically have 5 individual beds, which will make them more comfortable. Also, with this many crew members in one room, we're going to have to watch out for CO2 buildup. That's an actual thing that we're going to have to watch out for. I'm also going to have to dismantle this to make the walls look correct. So I might have to add in some vents with a CO2 scrubber nearby. I don't want the CO2 scrubber in the room because that will drastically decrease the comfort for everyone. Alright, there we go. I actually don't know, do we have enough soft blocks? We don't actually have enough soft blocks for all of the individual beds, but what I will do is we will create what beds we can and go from there. I think that's what we're going to do. And it's a little bit dim in here, so we're going to put in a light there, a light there. Oh, can't fit one. We'll fit one there, though. The more lights, the better. I know it doesn't make sense. I wouldn't want to sleep with a bright light shining on me, but it makes them more comfortable for some reason, so that's what we'll do. Alright, have we finished mining? We have finished mining. So this day, well, we have created our bed as well. So today, we will go explore the derelict. Alright. You... nope, don't attack that. We're going to draft you. And I believe this is where the weapons are stored. Yeah. I'll give you a shotgun. I'll undraft you. So who else is good with weapons? You are good with weapons, so you're going to come over here. And you're going to get yourself a shotgun. You already have a shotgun. Well, congratulations on picking that up. I don't remember doing that, but good on you. And Jet, you're gonna... Yeah, you don't have a shotgun, so you're gonna get one. Can I give the pistol as a secondary? Nope. Right now there's not really much you can use for secondary and pocket and ground and that sort of thing. Eventually in the game I'm sure we'll be able to get like grenades, flashbangs, and armor and that sort of thing. But right now it is what it is. And it's still pretty fun. Alright. Jasmine, what are your skills? You suck at weapons, but we still do have an extra shotgun. Katniss, you're not getting anything because you just suck in general. Alright. You know what? I think it's time to draft everyone. And you too, Raphael. Only 4 people can come on the shuttle, so I'm going to undraft Katniss. And everybody else is going to go on board. And we'll see what's on the derelict. I would really like another crew member, but I doubt we're going to find one on a small derelict like this one. Do we see bugs? Yep, there's bugs on board. Oh, look at how nice it is to have shotguns. One shot, and they're dead. Well, close range at least. Oh, oh, no, come back, back. Jet, watch out. That was a lot of bugs, but thanks to shotguns, we're all better. And yeah, looks like a whole lot of nothing on this ship. I'll undraft them. We'll select all and take it. Got some energy cells and energy block. Some water. That's good enough, but I don't think we're going to actually salvage the ship as we have plenty of infra scrap. We have soft scrap too we can break down for soft blocks. Yeah, we don't necessarily need it right now. And one thing that we do need to do for the tutorial's sake is we need to make a hypersleep chamber. Just one. Just to get that done and out of the way. One more power node and we ought to be good. I tend to like to put my hypersleep chambers near the cockpit so that when people wake up from hypersleep they have a really easy time getting to their stations. Alright, that's all finished. Link that up. Alright, let's take a look at our comfort in here. Got a pretty decent comfort. It's all well and lit up. One thing I would like to take a look at is how's our CO2 buildup. Usually when you start to get around, I believe 40 is the threshold for starting to get dangerous. And as you can see, it's starting to build up as they sleep. Where? I think we're missing one. Oh, Jet got hurt. Yeah, as you can see, as they sleep, it's building up, so I may have to add in another vent. I think I'm going to do that if I can fit one in here. And here and here. That way the air can flow right through. Vents are closable, by the way. You can close them in case you lose air pressure. So, yeah, if you want the vent open or closed. Well, looks like we blocked off some rooms, so I'm just going to move it a smidge. Alright, doesn't really look like anybody has gathered anything up yet. So you know what? I'm going to catch back with you guys as soon as we have gathered up the supplies. So there is a ship incoming. We haven't actually gathered much of the supplies yet, but they are doing it. And it looks like we have a ship we can trade with. So I think we're going to do that. Let's see what they have on them. We could take them. Not that we are going to do that because they're part of a military alliance, which their ships get much harder later in game. And I just don't think attacking a military alliance is a wise thing to do. But we can trade with them. Well, if if they had anything to trade, they have some food, some fiber, and a little bit of credits. So a whole lot of nothing, so maybe they'll take some... You want some more fiber there, buddy? Here, we'll give them 1 metal. Actually, we'll give them a couple metal and take their food. Alright. And we're getting some credits in return. Might as well. So one thing that I don't think I've explained yet is there are things on your ship called system points. You have 16 total system points that you can use on your ship. Certain things require system points. Things, for example, your hypers drives, they require, I believe, 2 system points apiece. If you go to the system, yeah, the hyperdrive requires 2. No, actually, I don't think they do. My mistake. The shield generator costs 2 system points. Energy turret costs 2 system points. And the hull stabilizer also does. So right now we're using 8 because we have 4 for the turrets, 2 for the shields, and 2 for the hull stabilizer. So we gotta kind of pick and choose what we want to use. The scanner uses 2, which is a device where you can basically see in the inside of other ships, which is cool, but I don't know if we're going to be doing that, at least not on this ship. And hull stabilizer, we might add another one for extra stability, or maybe just another shield generator with a bunch of energy turrets. I believe looks like we have another Cult of New Haven ship coming in. Hopefully they have more to trade with us. The last time I had a really successful ship, I had 2 shields and 4 energy turrets with some hull stabilizer. I think a hull stabilizer, whatever it took to max out my points, but I didn't have any scanner, and that allowed for it to be very potent when attacking actually pretty late level ships. That way I didn't need to have another ship, because we can actually add another ship if we wanted to. We could build a new ship, and then we can select the area in which we want to. But we are not to that point yet. We don't have enough crew for it, but if we did have the crew, we could certainly do it. Alright. Let's see what the Cult of New... Oh, the 064. They have some stuff, though. Not much. We can actually trade some of our stuff away. And I think that's all we'll do. They have nothing that we really need. Alright, I think we have finished with this transfer. Yep, that's all finished. So what we're going to do is, once the trade is complete, we're going to prepare for hyperjump. And I believe the trade is completed. And we're going to jump. We got some raw metals here, but what we're going to do is we're going to jump here, 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 and we're going to grab this stuff. We're going to pick up the metals on the way back, and then we're going to jump out of this system. Let's set them to mine the energerium, the carbon, and the noble metals. One thing that has been bugging me is this place is relatively dark, so we're going to light it up. with some lights. We'll put one right there. And maybe one in the corner over there too. There's just a little bit of darkness over here yet, so we can throw on a light. Might as well do it on the same tile that the vent is on. There we go. That's looking a little bit better. We have another incoming ship. I believe that's the same Military Alliance ship that we were just trading with, and they had absolutely nothing for us. Ooh, alright. 37 water. That's a healthy number. We already mined up all the Energirium, and it looks like a decent amount of the carbon, 4 of it. And I think we still have to do all of the noble metals yet. So probably half a day of mining, and then we'll be off to the next one. Yeah, they have absolutely nothing for us. So we are going to let them go. We're actually, I really would like to make another turret. Let's do it. 3 turrets will ensure that we'll have more firepower than the pirate ships, which will likely have 2 turrets in the upcoming sectors. So I always like to have a little bit of an edge on the pirates. That way we don't have to fear them nearly as much. And I'd also like to find a spot to put one more shield generator. If I can reorganize some of this, I might be able to do that. I could probably make an extra space here. I can move this over there. I'm just going to try to use this space a little bit more efficiently. Also, I'm going to have to set up the jobs again. And we'll do if less than 15. If less than 15. If less than 5. Okay. Can move this over there. Still not a great deal of room. Actually, you know what? Let's not move that there. If I can find a place to relocate this, I can move this in a skosh. I can remove this light and move these in, create a hallway, or actually create a room over here to separate the noisy and heat generating power generator over, or separate it from the rest. Actually, you know what? I could just expand the ship. If I find a place for this, I would like to put an X1 airlock here and remove this one. That would be ideal. So if I expand the ship out a little bit to the side, I could definitely do that, and I know we have the hull blocks to do so. Are we done mining? Well, we are done mining, so I'm going to do that. Perhaps that's a task for next episode, is to reorganize all this down here. Alright, let's jump. We're going to jump over here, get some of these metals. Looks like there's one more derelict to hit up before we exit the system, and we will do that. Get those base metals. So right now we're going to create a little sketch of what we would like. Right now I can't sketch right here because there's that stupid airlock, but ideally what I'd like to do is create like little side pods like this. How many is that? 7. And then we're going to go all the way down here. And then we can put our engines right at the edge. Actually, no, we can't put our engines at the edge because this is as far as they go. So let's remove this sketch. Yeah, unfortunately, that's about as far as we can go in that direction. And this will allow far more room. We're going to put 2 more engines on the side that will increase the amount of weight that we can carry. In fact, if we look at our ship right now, we're approaching our maximum weight limit. If we add 2 more hyperdrives, that would definitely help. And this will give us more room to put our manufacturing equipment in one area, and then I'd like to have one area be the hangar bay. And then we'll be able to throw some corridors in here, make it look like a real ship instead of one large workshop, hangar bay area. And then, I mean, this is a more livable area, but I'd like it to be a little more organized. Also, we do want to find a little bit more room so we can put some more shields, because we are... Well, I wonder why we're down to six system points right now. Oh, I'm sorry. We have 6 system points we have left. That's basically what it's saying. So we have 3 more things we can add. I'd like to add 1 more shield generator, maybe a hull stabilizer, and then 2 more guns. Well, actually, we can only do 3 things, so maybe a shield generator, 2 guns, shield generator, hull stabilizer, and a gun. Not sure. Maybe you'll let that up to you guys. Not entirely sure yet. Alright, well, that's been mined, so let's prepare for hyperspace. Off we go to our final... I'm sorry, this would be our final one, but we do have one last point of interest in this system before we head on off to our next star system. Alright, let's see, do you have anything to trade? Oh, you're just the Regulus again. You are poor as they come, unfortunately. Everybody's rather tired, but I'm going to draft them. Come on over. Everyone except for Katniss. Lucky you, you don't have to join. Let's dock this one. Hopefully there's something fun and exciting on this one. Is there no dock on here? There is no dock. That's the first time I've seen that. I wonder, is there a way to, you know, board the ship? I've never tried this, so we will learn together. All right. Can we... Okay, we're going to exit the ship. Okay, well, we can do it. That's interesting. I didn't know you could do that. That's cool. You know what? That actually makes boarding pirate ships a little bit different, because I always used to board through the airlocks, and sometimes that's not the best place to board. And that means if there's only one airlock on a pirate ship, you can board through any old hole in the hull. That's pretty cool. Lots of guys in here. Lots of old bugs. But we're taking care of them with relative ease. Jasmine has been hurt, unfortunately. Come on, cryosleep. No cryosleep so far. Alright, we still have a decent amount of oxygen yet, so we're good so far. Well, it looks like there's some credits. Oh no, data log. Nothing. Okay, and we explored the ship, and a whole lot of nothing. Alright, well, we are going to head back inside. And because this doesn't have an easy place to dock and there's nowhere to gather oxygen, because the one thing that the airlocks have that this ship does not have is oxygen. Even a derelict airlock holds oxygen, and as you see, the little blue bar there is how much oxygen these guys have left. And if they start running out of oxygen while they're tearing down a derelict, they will go to an airlock and refill their oxygen. However, this does not have that capability, unfortunately, so I think we're going to leave what we have here and just head on to the next system, unfortunately. There are far easier and less risky derelicts to salvage. Just out of curiosity, is there anything really good in here? I mean, there's a tech block, but we can make those now. There's a little bit of water, but nah. I'll do a hard pass on that ship. Let's undraft. And you know what? We're gonna prepare for hyperspace jump. As soon as they're woken up. I'm honestly surprised this one oxygen generator is enough for the entire ship, but I guess realistically we do grow lots of plants, and the plants do produce some oxygen, so that might be part of it. Alright, we are just about ready to jump, and off we go. This is the last system. And whoop, let's jump here. This is our next star system. Looks like a nice bright white or blue star. We'll jump here. And as you can see, note interstellar travel is possible and safe without having a hypersleep chamber for each crew member. It just means that some of them may get sick upon jumping out of hyperspace. Ooh, we have a new ship to trade with. I think we're going to do that. This is the Slavers Guild. Ooh. What do they have? Of course they have human meat to sell. Why wouldn't they? We'll buy some of that. What else can we sell them? We can make energy blocks right now, so if we sell a couple, it's not the end of the world. And they have a decent amount of money. Also, raw resources are easy to come by. So, just a couple more resources to sell. They have 122 gold, so let's sell them one soft block and call her a day. Alright, actually, I think that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you folks for watching. I'll catch you guys next time.